Hey everybody, Arnaldo here, broadcasting from Fidelios Frequency. Welcome to my channel. There are times that I listen to an album for the first time and I get so excited and I am so enthusiastic about the album that I want to share it with other people, with other friends or vinyl community members that I think would be able to appreciate it. And I guess the reason for this video is just that, which is I'm so enthusiastic about this new release that I titled this video Album of the Year ? Because as of now, this is probably the best thing that I've listened to this year. I leave it as a question mark first because we still have like 4 or 5 months left out of the year. And also because I'm really not sure I should consider this an album from 2023. And I'll explain that a little bit more in detail. But I don't want to keep the suspense longer any further. And I will tell you that the album that I'm really excited about and that I think you all should know about is an album by the group called Gabriels. And the name of their album is Angels and Queens. I purchased the deluxe version of this album and I will do a quick unboxing and then we'll be back and I'll talk to you a little bit more about this album. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about Gabriels and Angels and Queens. Who are Gabriels? They are a trio made up of Jacob Lusk, in the picture here, lead singer, Ari Belusian, keyboards, piano, strings, string arrangements, and DJ producer Ryan Hope. They all write the songs except for one, and I will talk about that in a little bit, on the album, and also with writing and producer credits of Mark Anthony Spears, who is none other than Soundwave, hip-hop producer. Jacob Lusk, some of you may remember from American Idol. Yes, he was on season 10 back in 2011. Was eliminated and I think ranked 5th in the competition. And he grew up in Long Beach, California. Very religious background. He started singing at a very young age and eventually became the choir master at his church. And that's where Ari and Ryan actually went to seek him out. Because I believe, and information on Wikipedia and on the internet is still not fully fleshed out, but it seems like they had noticed him from the season at American Idol and needed his help in a choir, a gospel choir they were putting together for one of their projects. So sought him out in California and became friends with them, and they founded Gabriels back in 2016. Gabriels, the name of the group comes from the street, St. Gabriel's Avenue in Sunderland, England, where Ryan Hope grew up. And Angels and Queens. Technically, this album, and this is going back to what I said earlier, part 1 came out in 2022, I believe September 30th of last year. Not sure it was released in the US, but definitely it was released in the UK. And at the time it was a short album, or more like a long EP, 7 songs. Those 7 songs are included on this album, which has 13 tracks. So the additional 6 songs actually are 4 totally, I believe, no, actually three totally new songs, and two that were taken from previous EPs, and one song which is a reworking. I don't want to call it a cover version, but a reworking with basically most of the lyrics and the melody of The Way We Were, the soundtrack, the title song or title theme, sung by Barbra Streisand. And I have to say, it gets a beautiful rendition with Jacob Lusk's voice. So what does this record sound like, and why am I so enthusiastic about it? A lot of gospel, soul, of course, jazz influenced, blues influenced in some cases. It all comes down to, I guess, Jacob Lusk's voice, which is a blend of Luther Vandross, Billie Holiday. I hear a lot of Nina Simone in there. Incredible falsetto, also a very deep range as well. But the feeling and the intensity of his delivery are to be heard. Soul, like I said, there's some funk in there too. And above all, and I'm a sucker for strings. The string arrangements on here are just lush, at times a little dark. I don't want to say sinister, but definitely more dramatic. And what else can I say about it? The picture. This was the picture of part one. I guess it was used again on the deluxe version. It shows Jacob being baptized by his minister. I think her name is Greta Knox. And there's also another cover, which is basically the cover of the CD version, which maybe properly identifies this as part two, I guess. I purchased this from their website. And I think it's more like a close-up shot or an alternate shot. And here's the inside. The reason why I purchased this is because there are 8 additional songs on here, and their website actually has a really great bundle deal where you get a signed card by all the members. And the 8 songs are, I guess, 3 of them are live. There are a few B-sides from previous EPs, and there's actually a little mistake where Spanish Harlem is credited here as one of the extra tracks. I believe maybe for, I guess, licensing reasons, they had to switch out at the last minute, and the song, the studio version of Blame is on this instead of the their version of Spanish Harlem, which is the Aretha Franklin track. So, I love this album, and I have to say, so the reason why I was questioning whether or not I should include this is because technically half of this album came out at the end of 2022, and I guess the full version of the 13 songs came out in 2023. I missed out when this was released. I did not know about it. If it comes down to a technicality, I may not include it in my year-end top list, but if I decide on including this, most certainly, and it is a very, very good chances, it's a very serious contender for my favorite album of the year. So I recommend highly listening to this album if you like music, if you like soul, gospel. Definitely listen to this album. So I guess that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. Should I apologize for the enthusiasm and maybe jumping the gun on an album of the year? Maybe not. We'll talk about it at the end of the year. So for the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.